We will discuss about the classification of data structures. Basically, the data structures are classified into two categories. First one is primitive data structures and non-primitive data structures. As its name indicates, primitive data structures are the data structures which will serve primitive data structures Now we will discuss the classification of data structures. Basically, the data structures are classified into two categories, primitive data structures and non-primitive data structures. As their name indicates, the primitive data structures are the fundamental data structures which are nothing but the fundamental data types built into a particular language. So the primitive data structures can be defined as the fundamental data types which are built into the particular programming language. The non-primitive data structures are the data structures which are built based on the primitive data types. Based on the primitive data types. The primitive data types or the primitive data structures can be organized in a way which will serve as the non-primitive data structures. We will discuss in detail about this, what are these primitive data structures and non-primitive data structures now. So, this is the broad classification of your data structures. Primitive data structures and non-primitive data structures. The primitive data structures, under the primitive data structures we are having the example built-in data types as integers, float, character and string constants. All these basic building data types can come under the category of your primitive data structures. So, the primitive data structures or the data structures which can be directly operated by means of the machine instructions, and these are the fundamental data types that are built into a particular programming language. These are the fundamental data types which can be directly operated by writing some of the instructions. For example, if we have written a plus b in C language, we are directly operating plus on a b. It can be directly applicable on a b if a and b are the primitive data structures. Primitive data structures are nothing but fundamental data types. In general, these are the different representations. We have integer representation in one kind of system which is different from another kind of representation. So, all this is about primitive data structures. Primitive data structures are the fundamental data types which can be directly operated by means of the machine instructions, as well as their storage details or the representation details will vary from one machine to another machine. So, this is about primitive data structures. While coming for the non-primitive data structures, the non-primitive data structures are more sophisticated data structures when compared to the primitive data structures, and these are not the fundamental data types which can be built based on the primitive data types, built based on the primitive data types. So, these are the derived data types from the primitive data types. So, based on the primitive data structures, we can collect them, either homogeneous data types or the non-homogeneous data types can be organized in order to form the non-primitive data structures. The non-primitive data structures are more sophisticated data structures which will organize either the homogeneous data items or the non-homogeneous data items, and these are derived from primitive data types. So, this is about non-primitive data structures. While coming to the classification of non-primitive data structures, the non-primitive data structures can be classified again into two groups, which are linear list and non-linear list. So the non-primitive data structures can be categorized into two groups, linear list and non-linear list. As its name indicates, linear list is a non-primitive data structure which organizes the given data elements such that it identifies the linear relationship among the data items. So, in case of your linear non-primitive data structures, we will organize the data items in such a way that there exist linear kind of relationships among the data items. We try to establish the linear kind of relationship among the data items. Normally, the linear relationship can also be established in two ways. The first way is by storing the elements in continuous memory locations, and the second way is by storing the elements in non-continuous memory locations and by linking them linearly by using certain kinds of links. So, in order to establish the linear kind of relationships, we can use the two ways. The first way is by storing all the elements in continuous memory locations. I can show the linear kind of relationship. For example, if an array is there, all the elements will be stored in continuous memory locations. So see here, the element A is stored in memory location 100, B is stored in 101, C is stored in 102, D is stored in 103 and E is stored in 104. All the elements are stored in continuous memory locations. There exists a linear kind of relationship among the data items. So this is also one of the type of linear data structures. So another way to represent the non and linear relationship is we can store the data items in separate memory locations. For example, A has been stored at 500, B has been stored at 100 and C has been stored at 200. I can establish the linear relationship among them by having the links among them. So for example, A is stored at 500, the next element, the link from A, we can show the link to B which will be stored at 100 by establishing a link between A to B. We can have the link from B to C, whereas the C has been stored in 200, I can establish the link to C also. When I can see this one linearly, I can have likewise A, B, C. Although they have been stored in non-continuous memory locations, we can have the linear kind of relationship among the data items. So this is about linear list. So in the case of your linear data structures, we organize the data elements in such a way that there exists a linear representation of the data items, linear relationship among the data items. So that is about linear list. While coming to the non-linear list, a non-linear list is a data structure in which the data items can be stored or organized non-linearly as opposed to that of your linear data structures. A non-linear data structure is a data structure by means of which the elements can be organized non-linearly. non-linearly. While coming to the non-linear list, we can have the trees and graphs as example data structures. In the case of your linear list, we can have arrays, structures, queues, as well as linked list, stacks. These are the examples of your linear list, which we will discuss in detail about them in the next topics. So this is about your non-primitive data structures. What is the major difference between the primitive data structure and non-primitive data structure is, as earlierly we have discussed, the primitive data structures or the fundamental data types. These are the basic building blocks of a particular programming language, whereas the non-primitive data structures can be built based on the primitive data structures, and the elements will be organized linearly in the case of your primitive data structures. The non-primitive data structures can be built based upon the primitive data structures. Okay, this is the basic difference between primitive data structures and non-primitive data structures. So the next topic is, what are the basic common operations that we can apply on the data structures? There exist basically the 6 common operations that are applicable on any kind of data structure, that are traversing, searching, sorting, inserting a new element, deleting an existing element, and merging the two data structures. So the basic operations that are applied on any kind of data structure are traversing, searching, sorting, inserting a new element, deleting an existing element from the data structure, and merging up of the two data structures. Now we will discuss in detail about what are these kinds of operations. So while coming to the first operation, that is traversing. Traversing can be defined as visiting each and every element exactly once. Data structure is nothing but organizing the given group of elements when some group of elements have been given to us. Whatever may be the elements are there, we need to visit each and every element present within your data structure exactly once. That operation is called as traversing. So while coming for the second operation, that is searching. Searching is a process of identifying or finding if certain key element X has been given to us, and there exists a kind of elements A1, A2 and so on AN. These are the data elements present within our hand. We need to identify whether this key element X is present within the given group of elements or not. Whether X is equal to A1 or X is equal to A2 and so on, X is equal to AN, then the searching can be identified as successful search, or otherwise I can say it as unsuccessful search. That means if the key element X is present within the given group of elements, then the search can be called as successful search, or otherwise the search can be called as unsuccessful search. So this is about searching. So while coming to the third operation, that is sorting, the given group of elements A1, A2 and so on AN, has to be sorted or to be arranged in either ascending or descending order this process is called as sorting process. Arrangement of the given group of elements either in ascending order or in descending order can be defined as sorting. So while coming for the next operation, that is insertion. Insertion can be defined as adding a new element I to the existing group of elements. For example, if I am having A1, A2 and so on An, the n elements are there within my given group. I can add a new element I to this group, then the group will become A1, A2 and so on An, comma I, consisting of entirely n plus 1 elements. This process is called as insertion. Insertion is a process of adding a new element to the given group of elements. If the group already consisting of n elements, after insertion, it can have n plus 1 elements by adding the new element also. So that is about insertion. So while coming for the deletion, as its name indicates, deletion is a process of removing the desired element from the given group of elements. Removing the desired element from the given group of elements. For example, if A1 to An is a group of n elements, I can delete any Ai from this group, then it can have n minus 1 elements after deletion. Deletion is a process of deleting one element from the given group of elements. So after that the group becomes one less element, that we can have n minus 1 elements in total. So that is about deletion process. So while coming for the merging, merging can be defined as concatenating two groups of elements. Two groups of elements. For example, in the first group, if I am having A1 to An, totally n elements. In the second group, I am having B1, B2 and so on Bi, total I elements. After merging, these two groups, I can form the new group A1, A2 and so on An, comma B1, B2 and so on Bi, total n plus I elements. So in the merged group, I can have the elements from the first group concatenated with the elements from the second group. Entirely a list of n plus I elements will be there within my formed merged list. So this is about merging. So these are the common operations that I can apply on the data structure. Traversing can be defined as visiting each and every element in the given group exactly once. Searching can be defined as identifying whether our desired key element is present within the given list of elements or not. Either the search can be successful if the element is present, it can be unsuccessful if the element is not present. While coming for the sorting process, arrangement of the given list of elements either in ascending order or descending order can be called as sorting. Insertion can be defined as adding a new element to the given group. Deletion can be defined as removing one existing element from the given group, while merging can be called as adding two groups of elements into a special single group is called as merging. So these are the common data operations that we can apply on the data structures.